Hello there. I'm Jay Jones.
I'm Anna Davidson.
This is Reading Reddit. We're going to read some Reddit. We haven't done that in a while. We know you missed us. You know you missed us. You know you did. You know you did. Didn't they, Anna?
Man, we're just talking shit here, cause why not? You want to join us? Come on.
Come on over. The water's fine. There's no water, but if there were, it would be fine. I don't know.
It's officially summer now
It is. Welcome to summer.
in Texas.
Ugh.
At least it's not Arizona.
Ugh.
Hey, I'm not gonna complain about all the rain out here.
True. So as you have not, may or may not have figured it out, we talk about stuff on Reddit. Mainly, Am I the Asshole posts because they're fun to read.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can read them. They're sometimes not fun.
Yeah, sometimes they're heartbreaking.
They are. We have read some heartbreaking shit. And if you're wondering, yes, this is kind of like r/the YouTube channel. Yes, I took the idea from him. No, I am not trying to take him down. His way is his way. My way is my way. Well, our way. It's not my. It has my name on the channel, but it's ours.
I'm just jumping in. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So I already pulled up a story because I can from truck_run_6599. Am I the asshole for favoring one of my twin nephews over the other, despite both twins telling me to stop?
If you got personal opinions, that's one thing.
Right.
If you're outright showing favoritism,
Mm.
you're an asshole. Let's hear it.
All right. My sister is 36, has 4 teenage kids, all boys. The youngest two are a pair of fraternal twins, Alex and Brian, now age 14. My sister has been regularly sending the twins over to my place whenever she needed a break since I moved near her 2 years ago. I, a 26-year-old female, do not have kids myself, but I love having them over. I'm particularly fond of them as I grew up babysitting the 4 boys for loads of spare cash. The only issue I have is that Alex clearly is my sister's favorite child. And everyone is aware of this. To be fair, he is the stereotypical good kid. Extremely smart, good looking, well spoken, and charismatic. Everyone loves him. Brian is more quiet, meek, less blessed in the looks department, but not a bad kid at all. But I seriously think that there's a cruel streak in Alex. I caught Alex daring Brian to drink pee when they were 9. In quotes, because Brian confessed that Alex threatened to cut him off their friends group if he didn't. I've personally heard Alex's horrible comments about Brian's weight, looks, intelligence, etc. when he thinks I can't hear them. Brian also shared that Alex has been vandalizing his belongings, spreading horrible rumors at school. My sister absolutely refuses to punish Alex or send him to any sort of therapist professional who can help. She says it's just boys being boys. And it's not my place to override her parenting decisions. So I've tried to balance out the favoritism while they're at my house. I usually ask Brian for his preference in minor things like picking out the dinner that I cook from, the movies that we watch together. If Alex makes snide remarks, I shut it down immediately. But the more I speak up for Brian, the angrier Alex gets. It has gotten to the point where Brian just defers to Alex's preferences and is asking me to get off this so that Alex doesn't take it out on him when they get home. I get where Brian is coming from, but I can't just let this go. My sister doesn't do anything about it. So Reddit, am I the asshole for consciously treating my nephews differently and not stopping even though they both want me to stop?
Wow, that took a turn. She's trying to balance things out for the underdog.
Right.
No bad intentions there. As far as being an asshole, no.
So I mean, I don't know if you want to say this on YouTube, but like, I'm sure you've run into these issues before.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a fan going because I'm hot.
Right. So, one child being autistic needs and is the squeaky wheel.
Right.
That gets everything that she needs and typically wants.
Right.
Immediately. And then I have the child that's more patient, more understanding of me, of others,
mm-hmm.
who would take a back seat. And I do my part to balance that out. I don't want the child who doesn't consider the entire family as a unit to always get first dibs.
Right.
When the child who does consider the needs of everyone and tries to kind of do a calculation as best she can for her maturity.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing my thing. Yeah, I totally understand and empathize with trying to balance things out.
It's hard, isn't it?
It is hard. It's very hard. And it's only gonna get harder when I have teenagers. So my crew are not that age yet. But
right.
You want to, at this point, what I say goes. When they're teenagers, I want to help take into consideration how they feel I should deal with things. So, okay, you're starting to be independent. You're starting to think for yourself.
Right.
What would you do? And, the younger sibling may just be in survival mode. Like, please just don't make this worse on me. Thanks for having my back, but whenever I go back to my house, it's just going to be hell. So this is the way that I cope for now. Please respect this is just the way that I get by, I think is what is going on. And Aunt is like, this is unfair. This isn't justified.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, my gut reaction is 0 asshole points out of this. Like, she cares for all of her family, but hey, the good kid, the star student, the good-looking one, the on and on, is not the best character. And things like that, like minor things like that, I think the older one could mature and begin to grow out of that. Although maybe not. So this is a really difficult one because, yes, this kid's going to go back into his mom's house, mom's rules, mom's, ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
And Aunt's really not going to have
much to say.
Much say. So far she's made her impact in that, hey, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not. I would absolutely advocate for her to continue to stick up for the kid whenever older sibling is dissing him, because that's equitable. That's I'm not going to tolerate you talking shit about your sibling. I'm not going to tolerate you talking shit about your sibling. I do the same thing. My rules are the same. And by and large, the way I try to keep things quote unquote fair is to have the same rules. Me trying to adjust beyond that to help balance things out, I do it sparingly. So one kid hijacks the day, I have one-on-one time with the other at a different time. I do it sparingly. By and large, the way to do it is with rules that are completely equitable. And if the younger sibling is saying, hey, this isn't really helping, please do take that into account.
Right.
Aunt may not get through to the mom at all.
Yeah.
Let's be grateful here that this is not more severe.
Right.
That older kid is not pummeling his younger brother, not emotionally torturing his younger brother. But the pee thing, that's pretty fucking far.
Yuck.
But it was still, you can't be part of my friends group, not I'm going to smash your face in if you don't do it.
Yeah.
The level of threat there is not
it's not like
as severe as it could be.
Right.
So these kids may not be friends after they come of age.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a thing.
It's just gonna happen.
Not everybody is best friends with their sibling.
Right.
So thankfully we're not in like a dire situation here. But that's my hot take. 0 asshole points. Somebody gives a damn and is only really trying to look out for the underdog. She's not shitting on the alpha sibling at all that I know of, right? This is only one person's side of the story.
What about OP's sister?
The whole boys will be boys thing, at best, that sounds like old school parenting. Like, oh, they need to, figure that out amongst themselves and, oh, of course it's natural if they're going to have, like, fist fights or whatever. But it sounds like favoritism.
Yeah.
It does. Because when you choose to turn a blind eye, and, yeah. It sounds a bit fucked up. It does. We haven't heard from the sister, but it sounds a bit fucked up to me. So, I mean, as far as asshole points, how aware is she? Like, we're making assumptions here. She's choosing to just not do anything about it, but also that's like publicly known that that's her favorite. That's favorite. Favoring one child over another.
It's pretty bad.
Like, I go to lengths to avoid that, even though one of mine's not biologically mine. I go to lengths to avoid that.
Right.
And for someone to have, 2 biological siblings, twinsies, and make it known that one is the good kid, the favorite. It's fucked up. I don't like it. I wouldn't like her. I flat out don't like you. I like your sister more, so I like the aunt more.
You like OP more.
I like OP more. You're not being like actively abusive, but you're being passively a shithead. I mean, I'm gonna give you shit. I got to think of like the scale of things that we've read about, you know, and
Yeah.
not switch up my scale here
Yeah.
because it's the God.
I made it tough on you.
I'm gonna give Mom a 4.
4? Okay.
I'm not dialing it up too high because I know culturally that's a lot of parents would swing that way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of parents were taught to be that way. The boys will be boys, and the whole I fucking grew up with it hard. Like, oh, you got a good kid, and then you got a boy that'll be a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Mom has some reflection to do.
I'm giving OP negative 2 out of 10. Reason I'm giving her negative 2 out of 10 is that she is doing the parenting job that clearly OP's sister is not.
Okay.
Which, I mean, come on. Why is the aunt doing the heavy lifting when you're not even there to, or you throw the excuse of boys will be boys? It's such a lame excuse to me, honestly. Like, boys have the same emotions as girls do, right?
This is true.
And yeah, sometimes males don't express their emotions as much as women do. However, and this is important, that needs to be, that stigma needs to die.
Yeah.
The fact that we're still resorting to boys will be boys, no.
That excuses a lot of horrible behavior. A lot of horrible behavior.
Like that type of stuff rubs me the wrong fucking way. If I'm, let's say I'm babysitting 2 kids,
mm-hmm.
right? Like my sister has children, right? And I'm taking care of them every so often. And I realize one's acting worse than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would confront my sister and say, hey, this kid is acting up. And if she tells me, oh, boys will be boys, I'll be like, nah. That's not how boys will be boys. Boys run around and play in the fucking dirt sometimes. They don't treat their brother or sister
that is how
like
I will
a
accept,
fucking idiot.
I'll accept boys will be boys playing in the dirt. Girls like to play in dirt too. But if you want to say boys will be boys, yes, that is the most wholesome boys will be boys. Like dirt, Tonka trucks.
Sure, why not? But you need to keep an eye on your children.
Absolutely.
Like, if my sister did something like that, I'd tell them, look, your children are fucking acting like a bunch of hooligans. You need to fucking take care of this.
Yeah.
I am not their parent. My sperm didn't get donated to a woman, and they become human beings. You know, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. It was better in my head. My point being, those 2, 3, whatever, pooped out of you, not me. You need to fucking do your job as a fucking parent.
All right. Side note,
yes.
my favorite term as far as birthing is, I like to say that my daughter erupted from me. Like, alien style.
What the? Erupted.
So, we joked about before she was born that it'd be like,
I wish you could see what she just did. Oh my god. Holy shit.
yeah. But women like to claim a whole lot of, I birthed them. I birthed them. I know best. Look. I did.
Oh.
You know,
Oh.
natural birth, no pain meds. Does
Holy
that mean?
Shit.
Does that mean that I?
Oh my God.
I know better than my partner. I won't listen to anybody
Oh.
else because I birthed. No.
Oh my God.
I don't do that whole thing. Well, I birthed him. I know better than anybody else. That's really
That's great.
irrelevant. Like,
right.
Props on you for bringing your children into this world. But does that mean
That doesn't mean you're fucking done.
Look, that makes me an expert at birthing. Does that make me an expert at child psychology and everything else that they need under the sun? No.
Nah.
I will.
Unless, of course,
you take your partner's input into account.
Absolutely.
You take family members' input into account. That doesn't mean you can't say fuck you. It doesn't make you the expert.
Exactly. And so, as far as I'm concerned, OP gets -2.
That kind of reflection and observation of those children is what makes you a good parent.
Yeah.
The whole nobody's bleeding kind of attitude doesn't.
As far as OP's sister, she gets 7 out of 10.
7 for having a preference of children.
I'm giving her 3 for the preference thing.
Okay.
I'm giving her the remaining 4 for minimalizing what is happening.
Okay.
Because you have to think about it in a way that this could start out as just a minor thing.
Yeah.
Right?
It could.
Like, it starts out with, oh, I just, my kid did this, blah, blah, blah. Scooch forward 5 years later, and now your kid, your son is beating the shit out of your brother for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Fast forward 5 years later, your brother, that same kid is like trying to, destroy the other brother's life or whatever.
Mm.
Like, this is how people turn into criminals.
That's true.
This is how we get the degenerates that we have in the society. This is how we get the people that rob and steal, that turn into mass shooters, that fucking do all these horrible things because it goes unchecked. Mm-hmm. This is the problem.
Yeah.
And this is where you need to fucking nip it in the bud now. This is what nature versus nurture means. When you nurture, nature can't have that big of effect on that person to the point that they turn out to be something much worse than they were had nurture been emphasized. But, like, I just, it baffles my mind that people don't understand that. So as far as the whole boys will be boys bullshit, mm-hmm. I fucking don't like it. I think it's a bullshit excuse. I think it is a lazy way to parent. I think that the sister, that, OP's sister is not parenting very well, quite frankly. And I think that, OP's sister needs to fucking step up. Because if she doesn't, she is going to regret it in the future. I don't know why this is pissing me off so much, but it is.
You have siblings. I have one sibling.
Right. My mom raised us to be good people. My sisters raised me to be a good person. Like, I'm lucky I have who I have in my life, because had I not had them, I would have been much worse. This YouTube channel would not exist. I wouldn't have known Anna, and my life would have been absolutely horrible. I don't think I would have made it at 33. Quite frankly. But I'm lucky I am. And this is where parents need to start being fucking parents. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear this bullshit about, Well, we're just getting too thoughts, sending them to therapists and counselors. No, you're addressing the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Address the problem or don't be a parent. If you can't be a parent, put your kids up for adoption, which is even worse after they're born. But whatever. Because clearly you can't parent them at home if the aunt is being the actual parent. Fucking get your ass out of your face. That's supposed to come out better, but it didn't.
Head out of your ass.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. From Awkward AF Lady. Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize to my daughter's boyfriend?
Let's hear it.
My 18-year-old daughter and her 18-year-old boyfriend have been together for 2 years. I'm not a fan, but he is on my Snapchat and he talks to me from time to time.
What, you Snapchat your daughter's boyfriend?
Yuck.
That sounds a little weird. I don't Snapchat anybody.
Well, I mean, I Snapchat friends.
Yeah, so you tell me as a Snapchat user.
Yes.
Snapchat seems like a more intimate way to chat with people because it's got like pictures and conversations you don't want to last.
Well, kinda. Some people like the privacy of it because it's not like it's there forever.
Right.
I do see your point though. Like it can, it's a mix.
Okay.
It's a mix.
All right. You're telling me like, it's not necessarily weird.
It's not too weird, but like between mother and daughter's boyfriend.
All right. Yeah. Continue.
He decided to prank, quote unquote, prank me and test me to see how I would feel about my daughter being a lesbian and dating someone who was gender fluid.
Not cool. Actually, not cool. You don't prank your significant other's mother. You just don't fucking do it. You want to sit down and have like a civilized conversation. Go for it. Don't fucking prank. So already, no. I'm already like outraged. He wanted to prank his potential mother-in-law over his significant other's sexuality. No.
You're angry.
No. My kid has a girlfriend, boyfriend. I honestly don't care. But significant other wants to prank me about my daughter? Fuck you. So no. Try to justify this somehow.
Let's keep going.
Over Snapchat. Come on now.
I'm barely a paragraph in. He messaged me and told me that he was actually from California and a gender fluid, originally bio female who may be trans, that he just came out to the daughter. I was like, okay, that is cool, but does that mean that you've been lying to us both this whole time? I don't have any problem with the other stuff, but you've been lying to my daughter for 2 years. Then he came clean.
That's a very reasonable response.
It's true.
It's true. Like we're totally cool with Alphabet Mafia. Just be open.
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest no matter what with your partner.
Yeah. Then he came clean. Said that he was pranking me. Then he said he said some incredibly disrespectful things about my daughter to myself.
Fuck
and
you.
I told him that he was being disrespectful. My words were, quote, if you think you're being funny and ingratiating yourself with me, you're not. Matter of fact, I don't care if you were lesbian, trans, or gender fluid. What I care about is the fact that it made you appear to have been lying to her, and I don't like liars, end quote. Now he is telling my daughter that I owe him an apology because I am too harsh. I don't think I should because he started the drama in the first place, and nowhere have I ever given him the impression that he could speak to me the way that he did. My daughter says he thinks of all adults as friends, and I told her, well, that's his first mistake. I'm not his friend, I'm your mother. So, am I the asshole?
No, no.
Not at all?
-7.
Woo! Oh, damn.
She held back on that one.
Damn.
No, he fucked up.
-7.
Yes.
Wow. Like, that was automatic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about the daughter?
Has the daughter seen the actual Snapchat?
I don't know.
Or is she just hearing
She might be just hearing it from the mom.
this boyfriend, his side,
Yeah.
his spin?
She might be just hearing from the boyfriend, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. I would say the daughter's at a 0 because
Daughter's caught in the middle, and
Yeah.
she's probably not getting an accurate,
yeah.
like actual screen capture kind of, So no.
The
You don't-
boyfriend?
Oh, you're a piece of shit. I mean, I know people have done worse than this, like done actual damage, but you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Even if you just like did this to troll your girlfriend's mom, if you've been together 2 years, you're not. This was not fun and games. This should be
No.
somebody important to you.
Right.
You stick with somebody 2 years, their family comes into the picture.
Right.
I don't think I can't really rate girlfriend,
Yeah.
daughter/girlfriend, because
Yeah.
I really don't think
I
she's
think
getting a clear
she's-
picture.
Caught in the middle.
She's caught in the middle, and she's got two sides of the story.
Yeah.
Me being a mom, I hope she would like trust her mom, but when you're young and you have a boyfriend and you're
It's
in
hard
love,
to do that.
like
She's seen things through rose-colored glasses.
exactly, and she's gonna think that mom's just being overprotective
Yeah.
or too rash, but whatever. Boyfriend, dude.
You can go over 10 if you need to.
For one, I'm super offended about your so-called prank.
Yeah.
Because mom handled it gracefully.
Really did.
She really did. You're not funny. The dick ain't worth it. Fuck you. You need to go back to whatever hole you came from and grow up.
Woo! That's some.
So, you didn't just cause drama with your girlfriend. You caused your girlfriend grief because you involved her family.
Yeah.
The fuck were you doing?
Mama Bear Anna came out.
Yeah. Like, it's illegal to drop kick you, but I want to drop kick you.
Damn.
Somebody come to me and lie about my daughter? Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, lie about
not just the daughter,
himself and
but
the daughters.
himself too.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to fuck straight off. Take a long walk off a short pier.
Woo!
Not all adults are your friends. Have some fucking respect. it doesn't even matter age. This is, supposed to be your significant other's family. Let's just pretend I had someone in my significant other's family that I didn't care for.
Right.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Ugh. You're fucking gross. I'm trying to dial it back because I know that people do like some actual serious real life harm. And you're just a fucking dick. Jesus. Ugh. Come up with like best I can a number that's not biased, but I'm super biased about this one. Straight up like very much an asshole.
Yes.
Not a monster, but you're as much of an asshole as like the definition of asshole.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I'm gonna go for a 10.
Woo!
Like,
ooh,
this this embodies asshole. This really embodies
yes,
asshole for me.
I totally agree with you. It absolutely does. Like,
I know people can do worse things, but like, can you nail asshole this much? This is nail on the head.
Yeah, it's really bad. Um.
This is walking douchebag.
I get the feeling, Anna, that you might not like this guy. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, imagine if he was here in front of you. You'd probably like fucking cuss him out.
Yeah.
As far as OP goes, you honestly, I'm surprised you didn't do worse, honestly. I would have been more of an asshole to the kid that just pranked me. Yeah, I'm giving you... I'll be modest and give you a -5. Not because I think you're worse or anything like that. It's just, modesty. But you solidly did not do anything wrong here. Quite frankly, and I hope that this gets sent to OP and OP plays this for her daughter. Mm-hmm. Daughter, listen to us when we say your boyfriend's an asshole. Quite frankly, I'm gonna stay solid with Anna. That's a full 10 out of 10 for me.
And there's things where people just kind of like passively not do the ideal thing. This dude was going out on a limb.
Yes.
To concoct a story. There was all of this premeditated wankery.
So wankery. I love it. Wankery.
Like, he came up with this in his stupid fucking little numbskull head. And then, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it. And then he pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, see, that's the other problem I was gonna get at. Like, I'm giving him the first 2.5 for the fact that he thought that this was a good idea.
Yeah, this wasn't like, man, I really should have, given a different response, heat of the moment thing. No, this was soup to nuts, your idea,
Soup to nuts.
And no provocation.
Right.
You just
thought it was a great idea.
Wow.
I'm giving him I'm giving the next 2.5 out of 10, just for the fact that it would have been one thing if he just involved the girlfriend, but he involved the girlfriend and the mom.
Right.
Which I mean, good God.
Yeah. And
Like, are you
and
fucking serious right now? Like, you don't do that, man.
and is someone trans, non-binary, blah 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 blah? Is that a joke to you?
And
Does
then
that make it funny?
he goes up to 7.5 out of 10 for the simple fact that, like, I know friends that are gender fluid, that are non-binary, that are lesbian, that are bi. I know people within all the way through the alphabet mafia, right?
The whole
Like
rainbow.
the entire fucking rainbow, and the fact it would have been, you would have been knocked down to maybe a 4 if it was just a lie
Right.
about, oh, I was seeing somebody, which is still a dick move.
Stupid. Yeah.
But you had to ramp the shit up to another level here
Right.
with, oh, I'm not only am I gender fluid, I'm trans and gender fluid. Like, what? What made you think that this was a great idea? Yes. So just, and that's just the first 7.5.
Taking
Right.
it, going somewhere that people, may have difficulty talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a lot of people, this is like a sensitive subject that they need understanding on. Like, did you go that direction because you thought it might make it more believable that somebody would be less inclined to call you out on your bullshit?
Right. And then the last 2.5, like,
To then claim that, to then be the victim.
yes.
I fucking hate that. He instigated this whole shit, and now he's gonna play the victim.
Yeah. Like, you don't get to play the victim in something that you caused.
What's your game here? Since you and girlfriend are 18, are you trying to cause a rift between her and her mom and her to, like, girlfriend to move in with you, like, out of her mom's house? What's your end game?
Yeah.
That makes me suspicious. Since they're 18.
Yeah. Like, dude, you
You need to lose everything. All your standing with this girl.
like, I hope,
Immediately.
honestly, I hope OP hears this show, like, plays it for the daughter, and hears us tell them, look, your boyfriend is a fucking idiot.
Right.
No boyfriend should ever do that. No partner should ever do that to you, on top of doing that to you and your mother.
So I'm a proponent of, like, stick together, work things out when possible. I'm not the person who's always going to be saying break up with him. He's no good for you. That's not my mode. This, no. There,
Be done with him.
unless he 100% comes back and apologizes, which I don't see in a
It
million
doesn't
years,
seem like it.
because he thought this was so fucking funny. There's no true remorse out of this.
No, none whatsoever. So, OP, get this to your daughter. Let them know that, you know what? I'm adding 2 more. He gets a 12 out of 10. The reason he's getting a 12 out of 10 is that you got to think of the emotional toll that has on. What if she was in fact lesbian, right? And you just outed her to her mom for her without her consent
In the form of a prank.
in the form of a prank. Like, what the fuck, dude? That is tantamount to absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what is your fucking problem?
Yeah.
How dumb do you think? How smart do you think that this is? Because I can tell you, it's probably the dumbest decision you will ever make in your life. And I hope you learned something from this, which I doubt you will, but I hope you do. Now, I hope...
Is Daddy in the picture? Because
yeah,
he's going to want to punch your face in.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, as a woman, I still want to punch your face in.
Dude, I would have, if Anna saw you and punched you in the face, I would have walked the other way and been like, I didn't see shit. Or would have sat there and ate some popcorn because this is a great show to watch. You know? Because, like, you're a fucking idiot. Like a absolute fucking idiot to think that this is a great idea. To think about it, to plan it out, to execute it, and then to play the victim for something that you know you fucking did.
Yeah.
Like, that's tantamount to the dumbest ideas you could ever have. Like, this idea was pure shit. And I hope maybe he hears this. And dude, if you hear this, karma is going to be... Karma, I do believe in karma. And here's the thing. Karma can be the sweetest, most wonderful, loving, and caring person you ever know, or a complete and utter cunt. And will fuck you up for the rest of your life if you fuck up hard enough. So, you better hope that karma doesn't fuck you in the butt. I don't know. You might like it, apparently. But yeah, that's just... Woo! Woo!
This dude went out of his way to go full on asshole.
Just, what the fuck? From Ellison PD 44, 20 plus years of innocent, malicious compliance. Oh, this is going to be good. So I am currently visiting my parents and was reminded of some ongoing innocent, malicious compliance my brothers and I have been pulling on our mom for the past 20 plus years. This all started, like I said, 20 plus years ago. My mom was baking some muffins for the family to have for her breakfast for the next week. She has mixed everything, put them in the oven, and then set a timer for when they were to be finished. Well, as my mom can do, she got to doing something else down in the basement, far away from the kitchen and the timer, and lost track of the time. Now, when she put them in the oven, my oldest brother, 15, and I, 10 at the time, was sitting at the kitchen table having a snack. So rightfully, she felt confident that us, being two slightly intelligent human beings, would come find her when the timer went off. Well, this is where things went wrong. Instead of coming to find her, we were just off in our little old worlds and just turned the timer off. As you would suspect, the smell of burnt muffins soon filled the house as she came running. All the while, my oblivious brother and I continues to enjoy our snacks. Dismayed and angry, we got yelled at and told, "You need to always let me know when the timer goes off." We nodded our heads yes to her, but looked at each other as only brothers can do and made a silent, unspoken pact to maliciously follow her orders. So, for the last 20 plus years, no matter what, we always let her know when the timer was going off. No matter where she was, as soon as the timer would go off, one or both of us would say or yell, "Timer's gone off!" If she was in another room, "Time was going off!" If she was in the kitchen, "Timer's gone off!" If she was actively turning off the timer, Timer's gone off. Just 5 minutes ago in the kitchen with our mom, when the timer goes off, with a sly smile, both my brother and I, in chorus, sang out, Timer's gone off. Oh my god, I would do something like that.
It's cute they've kept it up for their whole lives.
That is fucking awesome. That's some good shit right there.
Yeah. That's so wholesome.
That it's wholesome. That's
it probably
good.
like
I like that.
It might miff their mom a bit, but it's just so wholesome.
It's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you kept it up for 20 plus years, that's a fucking dedication right there.
Yeah.
From you/caffeine fueled life.
All right.
My kids do what they want. I posted about this family before, a mother with 4 kids, 3 of whom were constantly running around unsupervised. My neighbor told me about this incident, and she was told by the neighbor who had this interaction. This woman, unfortunately for her, lives right next to the entitled family. The kids have no boundaries at all. They have just been running into this woman's home, no knocking, no invitation. They just open the door and go in. Neighbor has a problem with this because of course she does. She goes over and talks to entitled mother. Whenever they do it, they just do EM in the thing.
Gotcha.
I didn't witness the conversation, so I can't give a play-by-play, but EM told the neighbor that her kids can do whatever they want. Neighbor disagreed, and it became an argument. At one point, EM, the entitled mother, acted like she was going to fight the neighbor. Neighbor said, okay, let's go outside. Entitled mother broke back down. No real resolution. The kids are still out all evening, running through everyone's yards. I have a little garden and I keep finding plants dug up and broken off and footprints in it coming from the direction of their house. I've been trying to catch them at it so I could talk to their mother, but now it looks like they wouldn't even do any good. ETA, though I love the booby trap and fence suggestions,
that could come back to bite her in the ass trying to booby trap them.
We rent and would not be allowed to do any of that. However, we are looking into a camera. Like, god damn. That's just bad parenting.
That's awful.
That is like awful. Who thinks that this is a fucking good idea? Like, clearly this mom is not a good mom. Like, this mom is just the worst.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, at this point, you could probably get, like, you called a non-emergency police line and be like, look, these kids continuously trespass on my property all the time, and the mom does nothing about it. Legally, you can tell them, hey, keep your kids off our yard, or you're going to be served, like, I don't know, like court papers or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, the kids are trespassing.
Right.
And it's not necessarily the kid's fault. Again, this falls back into nature versus nurture.
Right.
Like, entitled parents piss me the hell off when they don't do what they need to fucking do.
Right.
When you sit there and do nothing, your kids are going to turn up to be worse than what you are because you did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone any parent, entitled parent, who realizes, oh, my kid's been acting really weird lately, like he or she's been acting really bad, you have no one to blame but yourself. No one. None whatsoever. And so it bothers me that people think that this is all just, oh, well, they'll grow out of it. They're just kids. No, they won't.
This is a different flavor of boys will be boys. This is kids will be kids.
And again, kids will be kids, but this isn't what kids do.
They need to.
Kids will be kids until you set fucking boundaries,
Yeah.
which you clearly don't know how to do.
They have to be molded by their parents. You have to instruct them.
Like, yeah, kids will be kids, but if you don't have a set infrastructure for those kids to be kids, then they're not kids. At that point, they become hooligans or thugs or things of that nature. And of course, people are going to be like, did you just say thug? You can't say thug. That's bad. No, I'm using the dictionary term for thug. You know? Like, these kids are going to turn out that way if you don't mold them into a good person.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the point of being a parent. If you don't want to be a parent, fucking keep your legs closed.
Right. You're there to teach them, instruct them,
You know?
guide them, shape them.
If you don't want to be a mother, fucking close your legs.
Right.
If you don't want to be a father, keep your dick in your pants.
I am all for birth control.
Like, I don't know how simple, how much simpler I can make it. Like, entitled parents are the antithesis of the worst people I ever see, because they think they can just get away with whatever. They think that they're hot shit when they're not.
Mm-hmm.
If an entitled parent acts entitled and you see that entitlement, as far as I'm concerned, they are much worse than a parent who does nothing. Because essentially an entire entitled parent also does nothing.
Does nothing, but then tries to justify it. Tries to justify doing nothing.
Yeah. There's a different, like, lazy parents will they won't say anything, but they'll at least admit that their kids need, you know.
If you're not trying to justify why you're doing nothing, it's a step better.
It's a slight step better than someone who does nothing and then makes the children the victim because they do nothing.
Yeah.
It's saddening to me. It's just like the post we read earlier. Like, that was an entitled parent.
Yeah.
Oh, boys will be boys. Yeah, well, men will be men, girls will be girls, women will be women. You know, doesn't mean that you just let them do whatever the fuck they want to. Shape them, mold them. That's the point of being a fucking parent. And for every parent that's out there, every future parent that's out there, don't be entitled. Your child is your world, is everything to you, at least should be. And that's great if they are. However, and this is important, don't just let them do whatever the fuck they want. Mold them into the success that they can be.
Yes.
Every child has the ability to succeed in life if they are taught properly. But if you're an entitled asshole, like the parents we talked about today, like the parents that you see all the time on different clips, like you are doing no good. Like, nature versus nurture here.
You are the most fundamental example for your children, and you're a bad example. Their chances of success are decimated.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean they can't, but when their most fundamental example of how you should act, what you should be, is a piece of shit, it's so much more likely they're just going to end up being a piece of shit.
Yes. They're going to think, well, mommy did this, daddy did that.
That must be normal. You normalize what you grow up with. Some of us have to unpack that, but a lot of people don't.
Some parents realize that their parents weren't as good. Shit, my dad was a deadbeat and he's dead. That doesn't mean that I'm going to turn out the same way. I refuse to do that. You know?
But
My sister had a great mom. Our mom is an awesome mom. That doesn't mean my sister's going to turn out to be an awesome parent. I don't know that. I hope she does, and I hope that she's great. But
all it does is set you down a path. Whether
yes.
it's a good path or a bad path, how you're raised sets you down a path.
And if you don't break the bad pattern, if you don't walk away from the bad path, you're pushing that bad path into the future, and it just keeps on evolving.
Right. Somebody has to break the cycle.
How many times do we have to say, if you do not learn from history, you are doomed to repeat it?
Yes.
We have learned that so much in the past year and a half. Like, anyone who has lived in the past year and a half has a cognitive idea of what has happened since March of 2020. You know that this has been probably the most consequential year plus of your entire life. Something you will never forget. And this is where you need to understand we can learn from this, or we will be doomed to repeat it, and probably sooner. And that is a problem, and that needs to be addressed now.
Agreed.
So anyway, I don't know why I decided to go off on that rant, but I did. It's what happens when you have ADD. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, please tap the little thumbs up thingy. Please don't tap the thumbs down thingy. Don't do that, please. For every time you press the thumbs down button, Anna cries a little bit inside. She tells me to too. I come up here, it's like, Anna, what's going on? Someone pressed the dislike button again. I'm just like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just tell your daughter to give you an extra hug later. They'll be fine. I'll go beat them up. But if you truly do like our content, you can do more than like. And it's absolutely free. You just hit that subscribe button. It's right there. So it's a real red thing. And then, wait, you're almost done. You click the black bell, the filled in bell. Not the transparent bell, but the filled in bell. So you know when I go live or when one of these videos is uploaded. So you can be less of an asshole.
The more you know.
Bum 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 bum. And then share it around. Share it to your friends, your neighbors, your entitled neighbors.
Maybe they'll get the hint.
Exactly. Spread it around. Share it to people. Share it more than this virus has killed a lot of people. I mean, hey, share it around. What did I say? What did I say? In the meantime, in the between time, I'm Jay Jones.
I'm Anna Davidson.
And this has been Reading Reddit. And until next time,
don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. Thank you, and goodbye.